Today, I'm taking on the challenge of making popcorn from a can of corn in just a few minutes. Let's see if I can pull this off. Making popcorn from scratch can be a real pain. You need to get your hands on some good quality popcorn kernels. And then there's the hassle of heating up the right amount of oil in a pan. Not to mention the constant worry of burning the kernels. It's a process that requires some patience and finesse. I've been there, standing in front of the stove, anxiously shaking the pan, hoping that my kernels will pop evenly. Traditional popcorn methods can be quite time-consuming. You've got to wait for the oil to heat up, then carefully add the kernels, cover the pan, and wait for the magic to happen. Sometimes it works like a charm, but other times, well, not so much. You end up with either too few pops or, worse, burnt offerings to the snack gods. And let's be honest, who has the time to stand around waiting for popcorn to pop when you're craving that salty, crunchy goodness? Store-bought popcorn kernels aren't always readily available, and when you're in a pinch, you might find yourself scrambling to find a substitute. That's where the humble can of corn comes in, a pantry staple for many. But can it really be transformed into the fluffy, tasty snack we all love? The thought of making popcorn from a can of corn does seem a bit far-fetched. I mean, we're used to seeing cans of corn used in salads, soups, or as a side dish. But as a popcorn enthusiast, I'm always on the lookout for new and creative ways to satisfy my cravings. So, I'm excited to see if this unorthodox method will yield the results I'm hoping for. To make popcorn from a can of corn, you'll need a can of corn, a non-stick pan, some oil, salt to taste, and a lid to cover the pan. It's essential to drain the liquid from the can of corn and pat the corn kernels dry with a paper towel to remove excess moisture. This step could be crucial for the popping process. I'm using a non-stick pan because it distributes heat evenly and prevents the kernels from sticking and burning. Heat about 2 tablespoons of oil in the pan over medium heat. Once the oil is hot, add a few corn kernels to test if the heat is right. When they start to pop, it's go time. Carefully add the rest of the corn kernels from the can, spreading them out evenly across the pan. Cover the pan with a lid to help contain the heat and guide the popping process. As I wait for the kernels to pop, the anticipation is building up. You can start to hear the first pops,